Hey, welcome back to Single Car Garage. What have we been up to? Well, we've taken the transmission out of the 64 Pontiac. It's back at the transmission shop. They're going through it to see if they can find out why it's not shifting. So that's the one thing we've done. And the second thing was we've spent most of last week in the at the emergency center in Vanderbilt. My granddaughter was a little bit under the weather, so we had to go up there and spend Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And everything went good. Everything's back to normal. Wasn't a big deal, but it seemed like a big deal at the time. And it'll be some follow-up and stuff. But kind of took us out of the garage for a week. But we did get this out prior to us heading up there to Vanderbilt. And I've got the Buick in here, getting ready to put the new fuel lines on it. And it's been sitting here for a week waiting. So hopefully this is something I will get to today. And I'm working on the truck engine for the 68. So just put the oil pan on it. I'm getting ready to put the water pump and all this other good stuff on it and get it assembled so we can get it in the truck. Had to get a hammer. The owner of this engine has been turning it with a wrench and lubricating inside of it, and so the thing was tight. I'm not a fan of this is not good. Not good at all. Looks like they used the wrong bolt, but it looks like they've cut threads. No, they got the right bolt. I guess it was just where they ran it up in there. Messed up the end of it, but it'll work. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm trying not to forget anything. Got the seal. Couldn't find my rubber hammer, so to put that in, and this is how I like doing it, is just get a socket, same size, and that way it drives it in evenly. So got our seal on there. And I'm going to put a little bit of oil on this. Some people will, some people won't. Nice harmonic balancer. Okie dokie. And of course, it's not going to slide on easy. You want to avoid metal to metal contact, by the way. that baby. Now I'm going to have to pull it. Ouch. I need to take that screw out, don't I? That is definitely a problem. So let's get the puller and pull this thing back off. All right. Well, I wanted to get this thing together, but I cannot get the balancer to go up on the crank. I can get it far enough to get about 3 threads on the harmonic balancer bolt, which I don't feel comfortable trying to pull it up on there because I have I mean, it's trust me when it ain't going no further. I got it to move a little bit, but I don't like unlike some people, I don't like beating my crankshaft to death. So and it looks like someone's had a adjustable pipe wrench on that crank turning the engine, and it's pretty boogered up, and that's what's stopping it. So I think what I'm going to do is go out tomorrow and get a longer fine threaded bolt and get in there and see if I can draw it up and to where it needs to be. So we shall see. But hey, let's switch jobs for a minute. Well, I'm already into this. My new gas lines for the Buick. So what I did, taking these out, I just cut them. And man, they were rotten. I mean, some of them just fell apart taking them off. So let me show you what I did. I already have them installed, but let me show you what I did. So the first thing you're going to do is undo your old lines from your rubber lines running from the tank. So you get them done. And then you're going to come up and undo your lines up front here. Kind of hard to see them. Right there it is. Now, I'm ready to install my hose onto the new line, and there we go. Now, where's the second one at? I need to get underneath to finish this thing. I think I have it. Let's go down underneath. Oh, there we go. So that needs to go on there. There we go. Now, one thing I left off a while ago, when you're messing with these, you might want to have a drain pan under them when you first take them off, because you'll have a little bit of gas. Probably should have put new lines or new rubber hoses on this end. So I got them on there. Now I want to tighten them. This thing still has the old factory, or one of them, hose clamps is the factory one. Okay, if you notice, my two lines come through the frame here. Now let me show you where they enter. They enter right there. Both of them. Not a lot of room for them to go. Now I have a new brake line. Here's my 2 fuel lines. So you got to run them up through here, and then they go up over the cross frame there, and then connect back there on your tank. So you put these in first. These lines are bendable. You give them a bend enough to get them to that point up there. Now I couldn't get my lines when I put them through here. You see they go in here, they go up and over. There's another hole up in your frame that they go through, and then out that front where I showed you just a minute ago. I couldn't get these to feed through. So what I did was take some 3/8 and some 17 hose, because 2 different sizes. I put the 7/16 in first, and I'll tell you what I would do. I would probably put the big line in first, the 3/8. But, I mean, 1/4 and 3/8, I think. So I put this over the end of it. After I fed it through from the front, I fed it all the way back. It was sticking out just like this. I put my line in here. Now you can't put you got to put a real tight new line. You can't put a hose clamp on it because there's no room for a hose clamp to go up through there. And then I fed my line up and through there, and with this hose on it, it wouldn't catch on anything. Plus it was through all the correct areas where it goes back up through there, and it fed its way through and out the front. And then I did the bigger line the same way, and it actually it was a pretty quick job. So very proud of myself for thinking about that, because I tried for a little bit to, you know, feed them up through there, and I just couldn't get it. There's a center plate in here, and I couldn't get it to go through that hole, and there's really no way of getting your hand to it. So that's what we did, and fed that up through there, and I've got the hoses on up there. I got the hoses in the back. Now I've got new lines, and my brake line is, it's probably going to take two. Oh, it's in there. I'm sorry. It looked like to me it wasn't in the the clip. So that's what we did. So now I got new fuel lines on the Buick, and we're ready to go. We had that slight drip off the return line. Replaced them both. I had them here. I just didn't put them on when we was getting it running, because I didn't see any reason to. But when I found out those lines were so rusty and so rotten, it was the smart thing to do. Wished I'd done it at the beginning. So I've got all that tightened up and ready to go. Now we're ready to go to get exhaust, because I don't have an excuse not to go get exhaust now. I've got my brakes on there, and I got my fuel lines, my new fuel lines, so I don't have any fuel leakage. My brakes are great. It's driving good. We're ready to go to get some mufflers put on it, and then we can start driving it. And yeah, I got to get the primer the hood, and a few more things. But I mean, this is just going to be a beat around car to have fun in until someone decides they want a good solid 66 Buick to build a Pro Touring or something out of, because this thing it's too solid of a body not to do something with, but probably not up my alley. If I keep it around long enough, I mean, I'm already looking at a friggin' right around a 400 horsepower Grand Sport engine that's on the marketplace that would be pretty cool in this, and it's a nail head. But at the moment, I just want to get it running and fart around with it a little bit, and then maybe do something else with it, and maybe it just continues to be a fart around car. So hey, that's it. So showed you a little bit on the transmission that we did on the Pontiac. It's still out at the shop. We haven't got a call back to go pick it up. Showed you what I was doing on the 350 there, and the harmonic balancer is just driving me nuts. If that harmonic balancer would go on there, I'd have that engine together, transmission on it, and it would probably be sitting in that truck today. But I got to back up, go get me a new bolt and try that. And I want to be careful. I don't want to strip it out. And I showed you what I did with my putting new fuel lines in. the old Buick here. So I'm actually going to leave it on jack stands because I am talking to a guy about some wheels that I might buy for this thing. And I'm going to leave it on jack stands till I make that decision tomorrow, because I might have wheels on it when I take it off the jack stand. That'd be smart, wouldn't it? Hey, anyway, have a great time. Thanks for stopping by, and come back and see me.